ASL Season 2, Challenger League Round of 16.
Alrighty, so here we are on the Overgrowth for our final best of 3 of the night. And down here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have from Carbot Fanimations, it is
Cyndinora.
And coming up to the top right, from the team Alloy Esports, we have...
And since it is the last series, I think I want to make a caster dollar bet thing. And since it is the opposite of what happened in the first best of 3, I want to bet 10 caster dollars on Cyndinora taking this series. So that she will actually advance. So the first person in chat to name one of the original generation Pokemon, any one of them, provided it is first generation, can take the bet.
If you name anything from any of the other generations, you actually just automatically lose the dollars. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
That's unavoidable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we do see another gateway opening, and as well as a pool opening from Cyndinora, and a gateway opening from Aldaris, similar to their old builds. I'm really surprised that we didn't see Cyndinora go for 10 pool speedling, but she does get the hatch down, no block, so we're not going to have to see her go up to the 20-minute mark without a natural.
Yeah, that is good this time around. That she is doing that. And yes, Esselblade took it with the Pikachu shoutout.
Nice.
That's like the most obvious one.
Oh, yeah.
I almost wanted to be nice and give it to Pass because he went with like Krabby.
Ooh,
It's like a good one to like just pull out of your ass. Like who comes up with Krabby first?
That's the weirdest. Yeah. Like no one makes a Krabby.
Yeah. What's your favorite color? Beige.
Ooh, nice probes around on that drone.
Yeah.
Picks it off.
Snap. Take that.
Snaps its neck.
Yeah. Okay.
And right away we see a Chrono Boost on the Warp Gate.
Yeah.
As well as a second gateway. Ooh.
Yeah.
Are we going to see our first...
Before in this? See, all of a sudden now this Warp Gate stuff is a priority. It's been so late in every one of his games, and the fact that he is prioritizing it out could be, definitely an indication.
Yeah. I'd like to see this. I'm very curious to see how Aldaris can control, but there he goes and throws down a Stargate.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess it's a moot point anyway. What I was going to say is actually it would be hard to establish simply because of look at Cyndinora's control of the map right now. She's got overlords everywhere, lings everywhere, both watchtowers controlled. Like a spread. Like, can you imagine trying to get a pylon down?
Oh, it's going to be really tough.
In this moment, it would be hard to actually go ahead with that. But I guess if it's a Stargate here, then that's not going to be as much of an issue.
Well,
you're still got eventually
3-gate Stargate all in.
Yeah, could do that. And there is a probe moving out, so it will get spotted by this one link. We'll start chasing it down, and it's going to go by the watchtower.
And we are going to see an Oracle coming out, and Cyndinora can actually see that'll be an Oracle plus 3 gates. Should be able to... well, the right call would be to throw down some spores, one in each middle line and maybe one at the front. And, because spores will actually... Oracles will actually destroy lings. They're actually very, very strong.
And
Aldaris does need to turn on these gateways, though.
Yeah.
And start warping in.
Yeah, to Chrono Boost them out and then not make the conversion. There it is now. And it is actually, 4 gates that are on the way. The Oracle is...
and map. Now an expansion, though.
Yeah, that's interesting. The Oracle's in position, hasn't done anything yet. Can't really get an angle on that mineral line. We'll try the main instead. And the Queen will drive that away. So with the shields gone, running into the other Queen. Hasn't turned on his little beam yet.
You know what? I think I think Aldaris had the chance to warp in some units and get some damage done, but
No, yeah,
didn't
it's
take
just-
advantage of that.
Despite that whole chase around of the probe, and I guess we've seen Cyndinora do this before, just no concern at all for whether or not there's a pylon near.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's
It's in her vision, but
yeah, she's perfectly aware of it. She was right next to the probe while it did it. She was chasing it down and just not concerned at all that it's there, and that can really cost you.
yeah, that's I'm surprised she's not more concerned about it, because
then
that's
two lings will come for it, and luckily he did not warp in there because just for there comes a little bit of warp in, but yeah, just a couple zealots is so annoying.
I don't think that'll hold the pylon.
No, four might have, or if this is two stalkers, might.
Yeah, it could actually.
No.
Nice micro coming out of Cyndinora, but is going to lose a roach. Could pick off both of those zealots, though.
Yeah, it wasn't actually target firing the weak one.
Yeah.
And see, now we're getting 5 zealots and a stalker is all of a sudden more dangerous.
Yeah, that's
and they will kill this queen.
And but there is going to be enough roaches at home to hold this.
For sure.
But it looks like Aldaris just wants to hold the pylon.
Yeah,
this is an
interesting
place to dig in your heels.
Yeah, 2 void rays are coming across, and given that this is very largely a roach army, 2 void rays obviously very good. Coming with the mothership core as well with the time warp that will be available, and I kind of feel once again Cyndinora had to make a higher priority of getting rid of that pylon. There's
exactly.
Coming in now,
didn't do that though, and
Oracle using the Envision. Just cause.
Yeah, I think trying to pick off some creep tumors, but would have been better spent just on pure energy. But it has so much energy.
Yeah, it did, because since it wasn't used early on.
And
so the void charge is on.
It
was very largely used against spines here. We'll now clean up some of the roaches, but the charge does wear off, and these roaches are just going to run across the map.
I think this would have been an okay decision a little while ago. Ooh, but that spore morphs actually right underneath the void rays. Could pick one off. No, it gets out of range.
They will back out. A bunch more roaches coming out, but like you said, they cannot, in fact, shoot up. Stalkers underneath. Yeah, exactly. There will really be nothing there for ground, and so these roaches that were sent across are doing some damage, and at least delaying these void rays from coming across to join. And with the second group of roaches, it looks like Aldaris is going to opt to send his back, which gives Cyndinora a lot more time to prepare and get these hydras out.
Yeah, she did lose a couple drones, though, in that fight.
Yeah.
And their economies are actually pretty equal right now.
Yeah, very much so. It was 3 workers to 3 workers. She will clean the pylon up now.
And Aldaris falling back on his old tricks, going up to 3 Stargates, going to try and go for mass air again.
Yeah.
I think Cyndinora has a better timing this time, though. Because she does have the upgrade advantage.
This is enough hydras this time around to actually...
Big pickoffs too, catching the mothership core full energy and 2 void rays and the oracle. Oh, kill it, please, kill it. Oh.
Alright,
there we go.
Okay. And as long as the roaches have to confront here against the zealots.
Oh, she's teasing me with this.
Yeah.
This is, there we go, finally cleans it up. And takes actually a really healthy supply lead.
She's actually really good at stopping at
at like 1 hit from death. Yeah. She did that on 3 separate void rays. That's amazing.
It's skillful. There's 4 random drones down in the bottom right hand corner having a party.
Party for 2.
Yeah, exactly. They're awesome. There's a probe sitting around, but I think we'll have to be moved in order to get this hatchery in place.
Exactly.
And Cyndinora is definitely looking okay here right now. She's the thing with these void rays is they're so costly, and it's so costly to get this army up. You can't lose any of them really, let alone for
Definitely
the
not.
plus
Not for how little they did.
Yeah, no, it was not at all cost effective to do. You need these numbers to be up so that if you are going into that carrier army, that happens a lot sooner. You can't afford to remake 4 of them and end up delaying your carriers by 2 minutes or something like that. It just kind of doesn't work that way.
Exactly. Now, what I'd really like to see out of Cyndinora, and there she's going for it a little bit early, maybe, but is moving out before the air army can be unmanageable, because that's the problem she had in game 2 of the first series they played.
Yeah, waiting.
Yeah. And she will have 2-1 upgrades. Hydra speed is 50 seconds away from being done, and the Protoss player, while he has 5 Void Rays and a fair number of soon-to-be charge lots, not as scary of an army as the mass carrier ball she faced last time.
Exactly.
Ooh, even going to catch the army out of position.
Yeah, that's definitely back, because this wall would actually be reasonably decent just because the Hydras are hard to move in. But yeah, it's going to catch all this. The Zealots are trying to engage here. She will wisely back up. Yeah, rearrange the battle lines.
Yeah, exactly.
And then come in here now.
Ooh, she's got to target the Void Rays, though. And she does start to do that. That's okay. I think she has enough. She needs everything fighting, though.
Yeah, there are.
As long as she resets the Void Ray count. Yeah.
The one thing that she is kind of an interesting choice here by Aldaris, as she basically is going to take out this Nexus, whether it has overcharge or not, is the Dark Shrine is down again. But the Dark Shrine is down with him already perfectly aware that there's spores everywhere. And the warping at home, there's none there. But so this will get cleaned up.
It's going to kill up the whole army, yeah. So that can be one of those things that if you're not careful about it, it can just kind of run you over.
Yeah, it can get away from you.
But she still has a really healthy supply lead, can just build some overseers. There's nothing really to kill those overseers off. So as long as she's not really, really careless, she should still be able to bring this game home.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's a rare situation that there's 3 Stargates and nothing to kill the overseers off. But there isn't.
No
yeah, and it is just mass DT here. We've got 10 of them out. While this Nexus is rebuilding as well, the main base is almost mined out. It was mined a bit unevenly, so there's only 5 patches left. So his income is actually severely limited, whereas we get spores and spines going up at the 3rd base as well.
Exactly, and definitely going overkill on the DT morph. Could have only morphed in about even just 2 or 3 DTs, and would have had enough money for 4 more Void Rays, maybe? Yeah,
and I think you have to expand again behind that if you're planning to claw your way back in.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just go for that single. Because, when you make that mass DT switch, it has to be a momentum play. It has to, bam, I cleaned you up, and I'm running across the map. You can't just wait.
Yeah.
They have to be a surprise, basically, or else they're useless. Here, unfortunately, a bad position. There's the 1 sentry. But the Archon's right up front, and the Hydras just plow through them.
Is going to try and target down the Overseer. Yeah. Clever play right there, but not enough DPS to get it. Yeah. Does survive with 19 HP, and still morphing in more DTs, but bad news is the Overseer survived.
Yeah,
does clean up both those DTs.
Aldaris will tap out in game number 1. Alrighty, so here we are on Frost with what could be our final game of the evening. And trying to make that the case, it is our Zerg player from Team Carbot Fanimations. We have...
And
Cyndinora.
Down here in the bottom left, trying to prevent that from happening, sending it to a game 3. We have from Alloy Esports, it is...
Aldaris.
And right away we see again the double probe scout from Aldaris.
Yeah, this is really interesting and very costly to do, particularly this early. And even when you do it, very often what people will do is send the one probe out, and then as it hits the first base, send the second probe out. So that you get base number 1 and then 2 and 3 at the same time. And that's not the case here. Sending them out originally, and you can see he just kind of checks one and then brings that one back.
It's a little bit inefficient. Because if you do get lucky, then you save the double scout.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just one of those things that if you really, really think about it, you can figure out, okay, this makes sense. But if you don't necessarily really think about it, then you're just going to do the same thing. But right away we see Aldaris
with
going
the pylon block, and Cyndinora is actually intent on getting this down. We'll pull the drones to kill it off. He did end up losing the probe there, I believe. And yes. One thing when you do that, if you're a Protoss player and you actually get that down, the pylon block, and they've actually pulled probes to do it, to actually take care of it, it's almost always worth it to like build a cyber core.
Yes.
Or something right next to it, because they've already committed so much to stopping here that they can either abort it and go home and go back to mining, and in which case you just cancel your cyber core, or you really, really annoy them.
I've had it before where I've tried to deal with it. I've only built 2 lings at a time. And if you only build 2 lings, the cyber core actually builds
it. It's one of the beefier buildings. That's why we do pick it, because it's 550, 550. And for its cost, it's incredibly durable. It's kind of for the same reason that Terran will pick engineering bay. For its cost, it's like the best thing you can put as a blocking building.
Exactly. And the biggest thing is how quickly it generates HP. So it's relative build time versus relative, it's build time versus
HP or whatever.
HP, and of course cost is important too. But cybernetics and gateway are the same cost.
Same thing. So you might as well go for the higher one in that case. So after clearing that out, Cyndinora is going for the third hatchery, which I also like. It's nice seeing her play with more of an economy. And I do think that really goes into what Aldaris is generally doing, but this time he's deviating, and it's a robotics bay.
And it sounds like he was listening to us between games, is deciding to throw in some variants. I really like this. Again, going for the chrono boost on the warp gate. I like it, except that I don't think he's going to use it again.
Right, it's not timed out. There's really easy timing on the warp gate, in that when it's right around the halfway mark, that's when your gateways have to be at least starting to build. If you want to be going for a rush, when your warp is finished, your gates are there. If it's over the halfway mark, they're not going to be ready, and that's the case here. So he's got the warp gate down, but these aren't really lined up for it. He is getting a warp prism out of the robotics facility, so I think he is looking for drop play. But in the meantime, there are just lings attacking the nexus here.
They will get chased away. But for now, they managed to pick off a pylon.
Speed is almost finished. I hope, this is kind of what I wanted. Just turn around and kill the damn stalker that's chasing it. It may actually get it down.
Speed it's going to be really close.
In a couple seconds. It does finish. But he runs away.
Picks off the 2 stalkers, though. Or 2 lings that were low. And now where is that warp prism? Where did you go?
It's just by the...
it's just hanging out in the base.
It's where it was.
I would have loved to have actually seen him throw down 3 or 4 more gateways and just go for a crazy 7-gate warp prism all in.
It could be quite strong. Just those heavy gateway attacks are really good.
It looks like he's going to go for mortal drops, though. Throwing in the fancy minigun plays.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said minigun. Like tons of
Everybody
Protoss players,
does.
so yeah.
Yeah, everybody does do it.
He's the most recent player I saw do it on a stream.
Okay, fair enough. That counts. That counts. So yeah, will be doing that. Just crowning out 2 immortals. So it does look like that shall be the case.
This is looking like a completely different player. We're seeing a Robo. We're seeing double Forge.
Yeah.
No Stargate. This is
as if he's going to go into the late game of some kind.
Yeah.
With a balanced composition.
I was gonna say, yeah, with a ground army. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, you could do that. So the second immortal is coming out. First already is loaded in.
Now, are we gonna see these upgrades kick in? Start up? Maybe.
Probably not. When he remembers. One of the big keys will be whether or not this War Prism gets spotted here. There is a Overlord off kind of to each side, an Overseer and an Overlord. So the path out does end up being a correct one here, going diagonally out where it will not be spotted.
Oh, this is really interesting. We see Cyndinora somehow anticipating this, throwing down spines in all of her mineral lines. Very perceptive play. I like it.
Yeah, I think it kind of makes sense. Given his, even if he didn't anticipate the Warp Prism, he's gone DTs kind of at any point that he's fallen behind. And obviously gone a lot of air. So given those 2 predilections, a Spore and Spine in each base just automatically makes sense.
Yeah, and we are seeing, this is really cool. We're seeing both players really, their play it feels more comfortable in this game. We're seeing an Infestation Pit. We're seeing the upgrades from the Protoss. Yeah, this is starting to look like a real treat.
Yeah, the Infestation Pit could be the vulnerable item here. In that, if the 2 immortals do pick that up, he's not actually dropping though, even though he's kind of made his presence known. And one is targeting down. Nice warp in, coming with this. A sentry would
start
be
a
cool
hive
with
first. Oh, please start a hive. No, not going to.
No.
Well, does pull the drones, so he's not gonna lose too much economy.
Yeah.
I
do snipering fairly well against these zealots, but off creep won't go as fast. Hydra's coming in now.
As well.
Yeah, that is a big pickup. Not only cancels the upgrade, but very important to this.
Oh, needs to save that Warp Prism though. Yeah. I think it's trapped.
It is if she realizes it.
Oh, please don't let that go.
Yeah,
oh man,
doesn't realize this. Oh yeah, no, going back.
Going back. Good stuff. I think no, it does not. They don't have range today. Oh, they do have range.
Can it go in that little corner? There we go. Yeah.
Nope.
I was like, no, she was hitting it.
She was hitting it. Yeah.
She was hitting it. She left.
Why'd she leave?
I don't know.
Oh, that makes me so sad. I really hope that these don't play a factor now. But they almost definitely will if they get out.
Yeah.
Two immortals do a lot damage.
They are, and that's so much up there for free. That
she was hitting it.
Yeah.
She literally needed to do nothing for about 3 more seconds, and they would have died.
Exactly. So yeah, that's too bad, but oh well. In either case, her creep spread is looking pretty good. The way that she's got it kind of roped around. I wish there was more towards the center of the map as well, but this will provide her a kind of a quick back path and a lot of early warning for anything coming. The immortals do land again, and they're going to go right after this spawning pool and take it down, and that's really annoying to lose out on.
Repositions that spine.
Yeah, and I hope once she realizes that you can just kill it, but it's going to get away.
Oh, retarget, please.
Yeah, it's going to get away.
Oh, that's so sad. And it did so much damage, too. That's such a mental blow to have that get away. She still hasn't restarted the infestation pit.
Yeah. I mean, not only has she not started through... Okay, yeah, the spawning pool is not done yet.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah. It does have 2-2 going, and yeah, now is the time that you kind of want that up so you can continue on with 3-3 as soon as it is
exactly. 3-3 Vipers, maybe even go up to Ultralisks. There's so much that you can do, and it's this is one of the things that I really like. Blizzard actually is really, in a lot of ways, fixed the game from hots to, or wings to hots.
Yeah.
Is tier 3 is actually really good against Protoss now. Like, you need those upgrades. You need Vipers. You need Ultralisks to deal with that late game Protoss army.
She is swinging here to the third base, which is relatively exposed, and there's really no army to speak of for Aldaris.
Yeah.
There are two Colossus that may end up saving him here, but a lot of this is being ripped down. He has to kind of consolidate in. Oh, that war prison, the war prison that was full got down to 5 hit points and lived.
Whew.
And now they are out.
But the third base goes down.
Yeah, with really no contest.
Exactly.
No
and there
attempt
could have
to
been,
stop.
I think.
Yeah, range isn't done, and that's a big part of it. Certainly, if range is done, then these Hydras have to go away. But
oh man!
I don't think she should really push in, and she's not.
Definitely
Okay,
not.
good. Because I was worried that she was going to go up into the base there.
I think
I'm
she's
still worried that she's going to.
Yeah, I really hope she doesn't.
It's not the time.
This is an absolute death trap.
Yeah. She should be.
Even going Hydras first.
Yeah, no, I think
Well, okay.
That's not too bad. The really lucky part, once again, and it's been true for Aldaris this entire time, there were no sentries.
No sentries, yeah.
Because if there were sentries, that entire army was forfeit. You can't just face check up a ramp like that. You're going to lose everything, but he didn't have them, so it turned out okay. And at the meantime, she's on her 5 bases. The one thing that I'm concerned about with her, based on the carrier game that we saw, is as Aldaris' army does get more Death Volley, a lot of Zergs simply have trouble dealing with it no matter what. They don't know how to engage it once it hits that point, and this coming in here now.
And we do see a really scary, especially against the pure Roach Hydra army. 4 Colossus is just that's a lot of Colossi to deal with.
Oh, the War Prism going down. That's big because there's no way to get a pylon up here for reinforcements. This is a pretty good concave, and again, there's no force fields for this, so I think Aldaris will win the fight. I'm sure he will, but that was not that. It's not as bad as it could be.
Not as one-sided.
Not as one-sided, because a lot of the expensive units were the Archons and they fell. So without buffering in front, this could get worse. And she doesn't absolutely need this base.
I think she needed to build Corruptors on the Remax, though. Because there's nothing really... There's only a few Stalkers to support them, but now the units are going to funnel in piecemeal. This could still be a really scary situation for her.
She is getting down one of these Immortals here. One thing that she's getting, and I don't think the units are on the way yet, but the Enduring Locust upgrade has just finished.
Yeah.
And this is only Colossus left. And he's just going to hang them.
These are
just absolutely hung out to dry.
If he stutter steps, he could have killed the rest of those units, I think. Right. But those Immortals played a huge factor, though.
Yeah.
They tanked so much. That one, I didn't see the first one, but the second one had 14 kills.
One of these will survive.
That is good, but still, I think that was supposed to be a kill move. No third base. No.
It didn't really even the third base had to go up behind that, and it's just going to go up now. But that, absolutely had to go up during that attack. It did, however, bring the supply so much closer. She had about a 60 supply lead at the start of that fight, and they ended out virtually even. She's now recovering from that position, but and hasn't actually transferred these drones out yet. I said she didn't need that base necessarily, but she didn't actually divert them to one of the others.
Yes, that's the really important part. Does pick off the Colossus.
Out of High Templar.
Ooh, no Storm yet, though. They need about 7 more energy.
Yeah. And
just Colossus rally?
Yeah, a lot of them are going down for free. Storms will become available now.
Yeah.
But, that was a lot of them for kind of nothing. And she'll just go back to her side of the base. I like that she's not pushing the issue.
Yeah, that would be a really
dicey.
situation.
Yeah, just know the position that you're in. The main is mined out for yourself. It's going to be mined out for your Protoss opponent as well. She knows she took the third base out earlier. I don't know if she's aware of like the timing of the retaking, but it's quite late to retake that base. And Vipers are coming out. I'm really curious actually to see a control of these. If
Yes,
you can
I was
really
just
pull
going
it
to
well.
say.
Yeah. There are High Templar too, which does make it risky. If his control is really good, these can be shut down. If her control is better, then you're going to get the yanks that you need and just win, basically.
Yeah. This is a really control-based army, which is cool to see at especially at a Gold League level, because I'm always curious to see how they can control these armies. It seems weird to say like, oh, like it's hard to control Vipers, but once you add in spellcasters, it's a lot more to manage.
Yeah, you're trying to control the main position of your army, do some stutter stepping, and then you've got these specific units, and it can be a bit much for some people, particularly anyone with kind of the one control group syndrome.
Exactly.
You just hit 1A and your Viper can't attack, so it just fucking runs into everything. Like, okay, they're going to kind of pass in the night here. The Protoss army is getting on creep, but the Zerg is just going to ignore it for the time being and go back after this third base, which I think definitely is the right decision.
Should be a free third base kill, yeah.
Yeah, should be able to get out of there before.
As long as she's safe, she can retreat to the right and not lose anything. I think a mistake would be forcing a fight now, though.
Yeah.
You've already
she's considering it. Yeah, I think this is not the right thing to do, particularly since the units weren't attacked.
Storms.
But it was a nice pull.
Ooh, wow. I think he actually really overstormed there.
He stormed a lot of it. Yeah, that wasn't an efficient storm. They don't stack.
They still,
Yeah, they don't stack, so you have to wait for one storm to end before it can hit that area. And he actually stormed a lot of his own just zealots as they ran over top of everything, which is not always bad. That's, you kind of just accept that. But
not quite the most efficient use, but they got the job done. And if we look at the units lost tab, we see the Protoss is 4,400 ahead.
And given that there's 16 High Templar, he's got some storms.
I was gonna say I realized even after casting like 9 storms in the same 2-storm area, he still has like 7 storms ready to go.
Yeah, pretty much. What he doesn't have is any money at all.
He pretty much has to
virtually mined out. Like he's literally on 2 mineral patches now, having to get back up to 400. This army has to win. Period.
Oh, but it just might.
It might. This is just huge storm data. Pulling some things in here.
Oh, Cyndinora with some really sloppy miscontrol there.
Yeah.
That's too bad. I think getting a little bit flustered by those storms.
Mm-hmm. One thing that's kind of happening is just because there's not enough actual army, the things like the spine crawlers did way more damage than they were supposed to.
Yeah.
Like, they are kind of cleaned up now, but you can't just sit there and like storm spine crawlers to death.
Yeah.
3-3 is so close to finishing.
Trying though.
Yeah, there's 10 seconds till this is finished. The armor was almost denied there. May get denied. Is it going to finish?
Oh,
3,
wow.
1,
got denied at 220.
The attack completed. The armor denied, but at least the attack is out. Storms coming down on, I think, what are non-critical targets, to say the least. But
this is really
I don't know what's happening here, because it is a case of, I don't know if this army can be stopped, but if it can, there's no income.
Yeah.
For the Protoss.
If she just built, it's too bad because she got that Enduring Locust upgrade, and then got herself to a point where the army she was facing absolutely gets destroyed by swarm hosts.
Yeah,
but she just
making it. She's going after some of the High Templar. Gets 1 or 2 in this. Again, gets some more storms up, and he's kind of moving his whole army as a group. So when he pulls back the High Templar, the rest of the army gets some fire.
Oh wow, he just morphed all of his High Templar except for 1.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it is just these Archons. The Colossus is gone.
Now the problem is Cyndinora has no tech left.
Yeah, there's like nothing left. She is
Oh.
actually having to build her spawning
A
pool
small
over
pool,
again.
just,
Get
yeah.
her lair over again.
I really don't like that she's taking another base. I would actually like to see her build an Ultralisk cavern and just try and squeeze out as many Ultras as possible. Stop gas mining. Although they don't have any melee upgrades, so it's kind of tricky.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the right thing to do is. The thing is, since they're Archons, like since she is in an Archon, or he's in an Archon position, it's hard to do that just like little attrition damage.
Yeah.
Unless you kill it, it will just regen back to full. And
so quickly, too.
But he's absolutely mined out to the point that he's bringing his probes with him.
Yeah.
So, like I said, what he's got is what he's got.
Well, he can...
he could go back. But
he can mine enough to build another Stalker, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, another Zealot.
Yeah, there's this...
But,
one mineral patch in the main. I don't know how that one survives, but it is there. We'll clear out this. I might have evacuated the drones from that one a while ago. But...
no, he's
it's hard to see how she can stop this at this point. It's like it feels like she's got time, but she doesn't. Spine crawlers are going down on her side. She's trying to get the Roach Warren is back up. But yeah, there's too much here at this.
I like the never say die.
Yeah,
theory, but
it makes sense. Like knowing the position, I would try this too.
Yeah.
This
you know that they
that's
their only army.
Yeah, but it's just it's a big army.
Yeah,
that's all. And particularly with the storms,
storms to drones.
Okay, well that's when I would say die.
Yeah,
like
doesn't really need to do it, but went for the flashy move anyways. Yeah. I like it. A little bit of flair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she does tap out there. So here we are on Habitation Station, and given that this is the last game of the night, I'm going to go super awesome hyper cast mode and do the old up in the top right hand corner of the map. We have in the red our Protoss player representing Team Alloy E. It is
Aldaris.
And to mirror you in the top left, we have from Carbot Animation, it is...
Cyndinora.
Yeah, I can really feel the tension that's so far away in the crowd out there. We have a relatively large audience, about 400 people watching, hanging on every movement that these players make. We get Aldaris putting down, once again, the gateway right next to the Nexus. Has not yet opted for, say, a Forge Fast or anything of that nature. Cyndinora going hatch first, of course.
Ooh, and we do have a clever move from the Protoss player, faking out a pylon, but nothing there. Cyndinora does have the Overlord to spot the natural, but is not biting. Not going to pull any drones, just building a spawning pool.
Yeah, is just going to start that up. Now, there is a proxy pylon, of course, down here on the high ground. So, and a double gas follow-up here. I definitely anticipate it when you do that. Usually you want your Cybercore as fast as possible, since it usually does indicate that you're looking for some early pressure, but that will once again be delayed for Aldaris, and it looks like he's going to do something else, probably DTs.
Absolutely. I wonder if this proxy pylon could indicate some sort of proxy Stargate, or
it's possible.
Just putting a pylon where they want to.
Yeah, he's not mining the gas. He just took them. There we go. Mining them now. But mining them 3-3 as opposed to the 2-2 that you see a lot now. Yeah. So it is quite an aggressive tech build that he's going to be getting out. Zealot moving in position to fill this wall up.
Is going to make a nice block right there and decides, nope, I'm moving out.
Yeah.
He's going to go for this drone.
Yeah, the drone will end up getting in here, the warp gate starting, so the drone is going to see that 2 gases are taken and hopefully give them a little click and see how much gas has been spent. Chrono boost going on the Zealot on the gateway. So getting out some early units there as opposed to, say, the warp gate or anything like that is able to stop that drone.
Very interesting play. Not deciding to build anything with the pylon just yet, just kind of letting it hang out there.
Yeah, 2 lings are out chased away by a Zealot. A spine crawler is going after the natural, which I think is a good instinct on her part. She was able to see that at least 2 Zealots were out, and one of them was chrono boosted. And in one of those decisions, chrono boost the Zealot out and then don't use the gateway. Why did you chrono boost the Zealot out? But Twilight Council is going down behind that, and an additional gateway. So, yeah, something just does tell me that this will be DT.
I think you might be right again.
The expansion coming for Aldaris, and Lings will get in, see what's going on here, and may be able to, going after these pylons on the low ground. Fairly bravely built on the low ground, given that.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea to kill those off.
Yeah.
But is going to actually go for a cancel on the Nexus.
Yeah, the Nexus directly. It's close to completion, so Aldaris is going to have to decide before.
Oh, running that Ling in. Ooh.
Yeah, good move. At least to even pull the Zealot off for the time being, and does let that finish when this is actually quite low. So some Ling dancing can actually kill all this right away, and that's a big loss if it does go down.
Oh, the Mothership Core needs to be attacking.
He's done this before where he stutter steps with 1 unit and actually has everything selected.
Yeah, that's really too bad. Oh, it's so close, but it's not going to go down. 31 HP. 2 more sets of Lings, or sorry, another set of Lings would have killed that. I think even if she just sends...
Yeah, just send 6 Lings in.
Oh, that's what she's doing.
But has to
18 more Lings.
Nice. Yeah, I think
but there's going to be a wall in.
There will be. So far, he has not had success with hold position throughout. So speed is done, and the Zealot's not in the correct place. Photon overcharge is available when your Nexus only has 100 hit points. Then it's not as big a deal. Still no sentries, and this stuff isn't in the right place. The Zealot is not standing in the right spot.
Cyndinora just runs in.
No, boom, runs in. It moves in, but no, there's room. There's room. These 3 will attack the Nexus. Photon overcharge is going off. She's backing up, but if she just re-engages, this is fine. No.
Oh man, that was a really big missed opportunity.
Yeah, no, that could have all got in. That Zealot should have died.
It should have, yeah, for sure. I think,
the Dark Shrine
I think she's going to hold now.
Yeah.
Or sorry, I think Aldaris is going to hold.
Yeah, and a big key here is this time around there are no spores. The lair at least is coming up. That is almost finished, so there will be the ability.
She's got to stop the half-hearted committals.
Yeah, you either go or you don't go.
A lot of damage.
Yeah, you go or you don't go on this sort of thing, and she did get in before.
And you know what? This this early game proxy pylon has still been unscouted, and the DT shrine is now finishing up.
Yeah.
Warping in 4 DTs, and there is nothing to spot. There's a layer, so
we'll
can build
all to the... okay, yeah, there's the split off. That's better. Yeah, the Overseer can come in. She should be aware of it now. I don't know where they're going. Yeah, Overseers are coming in. Yeah. The Lings are actually going to make a run in as opposed to coming back home.
That's not the greatest decision.
Not way to go.
That's a panic decision right there.
That is definitely one.
Needs to move one of the Overseers into the main.
Yeah, 2 DTs are up in the main, killing drones off. And yeah, just so much of a lead for Aldaris right now.
32 workers killed.
The entire army was thrown away. That should have been killing this all off.
That's really too bad.
Yeah. No, only 10 drones left. 8.
And Cyndinora is in a terrible position. This is just...
We call that...
to kill this spine.
We call that position the grave. That's it.
That's approximately where she is right now. You're right.
That's exactly it.
And calls out GG. Good luck.
Yeah.